Hi everybody, Greg here with Drifter Journey, back with another video for you guys. Today is going to be an instructional video, and we're going to get you a discount too. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know what you want to see, if there's any other products you want to know about, or anything with the road tripping that you want to know about. And we can try and get those videos out to you. So today we are actually going to do an installation of a swivel seat from the Swivel Shop, swivelshop.com. And we got a discount code down below with a link. Make sure to use that if you're interested in getting this model. So yeah, we're gonna put this guy in. The great thing about this one is it's low profile. So it comes, it's 7/8 inch from my measurement thick. It comes with 10mm risers. So based off my math and measuring with the risers, it came out to 1.25 inches rise. But on the Promaster, we are going to attempt to install it with the lowered version. I've already looked into it. I know there's some issues. We're going to try and resolve them easily. So what you need to do, from what I'm understanding, and you'll see in this video, is you got to remove plastic covering from the side of the seatbelt, which I already loosened, so that's off. And then this, I gotta slide that forward real quick. This little U piece of metal that used to clamp on and the lip of the original mount gets in the way. So we're gonna take a cutting wheel, we're gonna hack that off there. And once that's off, we should hopefully have the clearance we need, other than adding some washers. We need small spacers still to fit it, and then we're gonna have to cut the plastic hopefully nicely on the bottom of this to get that installed at the lowest seat height possible. So issue with these swivel seats is they raise you up anywhere from 7/8 inch to all the way 1.75 inches on the one we have on currently. So we're going to try and get that space back for shorter people sitting in the passenger seat, so their feet can touch the ground easily and be more comfortable. So yeah, let's go ahead and start this install. We're going to disconnect the battery because there are airbag wires and we just don't want anything to go off. So I'm going to disconnect the main battery and then we'll go from there. Alright folks, so I'm over here to disconnect the battery. I'm going to disconnect the ground wire from it. I don't believe I need to disconnect the positive that's going back to our through our isolator, but I'm going to just pop that relay anyways, just to feel safer about it. So I'll pop that one off, and then I'm going to disconnect the ground over here. And once I get that out, I'm just going to set it up on something so that it doesn't make a connection while I'm doing this work. That should be that. I'm going to put that there so I don't lose it. And in theory, I won't get zapped now or break anything. Alright, I'm not an electrician, but we did install all the wiring on this fan. Just a side note for you guys, if you have other components connected, so we disconnected the main ground and then I checked it by opening the door and everything lit up still, which meant to me that we still had power running. Turns out because we have our inverter hooked into the back, even though I disconnected the isolator and all that stuff, the inverter still grounded in the back, so it was still making a full circuit. So I did disconnect all our other grounds, which are for our light bar and our subwoofer and the inverter, I believe, or the isolator. So anyways, it's all disconnected now. Door opens, no power running. We're ready to move forward. So just make sure you get it fully disconnected and do your own electrician research if needed.
Okay.
Now slide. Keep it up. So
it's hitting. It needs to go a little lower because the speaker's hitting.
Caught on the Velcro again?
Yeah.
You need to come out the front?
Maybe. Yeah.
Velcro good still?
Yep. Got it?
Yeah, it's out. All right, obviously we already have it on a swivel seat. We're gonna be swapping out to get a lower overall height, but it should be the same exact install. So you have 4 bolts in the rear, and then there are 2 in the front, and then that's gonna take the seat off of the swivel top. If you had no swivel in, it would just be the same bolts. They're down below going into the base plate. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these off. Hopefully they come off really easy. I think I'm spinning down below, so I'm gonna need a wrench on it. All right, now we're gonna do the front 2, which are 1 on each corner. Then the seat's gonna be loose, and I'm gonna regret this decision, I think, because
The seat's really heavy.
well, I didn't disconnect the airbag yet. So I'll probably get it close and then disconnect the airbag. Is that going? There it goes.
There we go.
Alright, so we're gonna disconnect the airbag down under. Can you get those? Can I get them?
I think it's probably...
So it's... Oh, I am gonna have to disconnect that though.
Cut the zip tie?
Yeah. Alright, so we re-zip tied everything up last time. Just make it all nice and neat in here. But now I had to cut those to... Just be careful. Okay, so that's all disconnected. Like this one's gonna come out really easy.
Yeah.
So disconnect that.
What do I do?
Hold it by the plastic. Look at it. There's a button right here.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Alright, so that's orange. Put that back in there. Do the same with yellow in its place. Can you pull it? Yellow's out, and then this guy, which...
Did I just pull this?
I don't know, I'm trying to see where the wire comes. Okay, I guess so.
No, I didn't get it yet.
Oh, well, which wire?
It's this one.
So yeah, it's that one. Is there a button down there?
Yes.
Okay, so squeeze it and pull.
Okay.
Okay, so all 3 of those are disconnected now.
So we've got the yellow, the orange, and the black. So it's totally
Seat base.
loose.
So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and loosen the rest of this and take it out. Alright, so the seat is now fully disconnected from the swivel base. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. You may want to have someone help you, or just make sure you don't end up tearing any of the cords that you had. So I'm gonna try it solo since she's holding the camera. And they aren't the lightest. Is they clear?
Yep.
Okay, so that is out. Alright, so if you were just pulling off your seat from scratch and didn't have a swivel on, the seat would have been off already. Being that we had an old swivel, we need to still access the original bolts. So you have to spin this guy a little bit to reach them. And then I'm going to just take them off. And it's just 6 again. So these are the actual, I guess you would call them bolts that came with the seat, and I'm using a T40 torx to remove them. That's that. Alright, so I'm going to use a 4.5 inch cutoff wheel. You could probably use a Dremel, it might take a little longer. I'm just going to cut this off nicely, hopefully. I have safety glasses on. Alright, so now we're going to put the Swivel Shop base on. So they'll just sit on there. Just a heads up, they come from France and I didn't find good instructions, but that's why you're watching me. So we're going to line it up, twist it to expose those spots, and put our, ooh, it might be the new bases in. That's what this looks like. So it came with, whoop, a bunch of these. Based off the shape, I'm gonna guess those go there rather than the originals at this point. But I want to double check that first, because there is a longer one. I want to make sure that these aren't supposed to be going through the upside. Alright, so we're gonna use some possible trial and error here. In the instructions, it shows the short ones going down for the mount, and then the long ones coming up through the spacer to mount to the seat. We're not using the spacer, so we are going to switch those, go long ones down, short ones up, and see if we can get that to work. Alright, so next up, now that we have all 6 of the bases in, getting used to this handle, I haven't done it yet. Now we have all 6 of those in. We're going to go ahead and put the top on. Let me know when you're in.
Nope.
You're good?
Yep.
Okay, just set it there for a second.
Okay.
Hold it.
Yep, I got it.
I'm going to come around the front.
Okay.
Nicely. Okay.
We lined up?
Yeah, I'm just going to try and get...
You want to do the front
Can we
one?
get any of them in from the back right now or no?
You have to slide it all the way forward.
Okay, so we're going to go
Front first?
front first. So if we would have used the riser that was included, we wouldn't have had any issue because it would have just taken up the space under the seat. But being that we're trying to eliminate those and we did the cut and all, the bottom of the seat has these little tabs on it that would go into the hole here. But since we're not using that, we need to take up the space to get that lifted a little bit. So we're going to throw some washers in there, and it was also sitting on the lift mechanism or the slide mechanism. So we're going to put some washers in to take up that space. It's going to raise it up just a tidge, so we'll measure again when we're done what the overall height is. I spun it around and gave it a test. It looks like this is going to clear all the way, but we'll show you when we're done. All right, so we got all 6 of the bolts in, fed up from the bottom. We have them all loose right now. We did 2 washers on each, which allowed us to clear the tab. If you can see it in here, there's one on that side too, right? Yeah, a little tab in between the washers, and then the lift slide mechanism on the seat itself. So we're just going to tighten those all down and give it one final test. I'm using a 1/2 wrench on top on an angle because the socket, I might be able to get socket in the back here. Socket didn't fit in the front, but it fits in the back, making my life easier. We could have done it on the last one too. Silly me. So I'm just going to snug them all up and then do one last check and then crank them all down. Oh, I got it in there.
Nice.
See if I can get it back out. It's tight. Yeah. Get it on that one. In. Nice. Makes it fit once it's lifted. That's nice. So we didn't need that other one. The more you know. Okay, so they're all snug, so let's give everything a look and a test before we... So everything looks clear there.
I'm gonna slide it back and forth.
What do you mean?
Front and back. Just on the slide, I can watch the slide. Yep, that's fully clear.
There. There. Then we'll spin.
Yep. Looks like everything's clear.
Okay, So what we have left is cut the cover, reinstall that, reconnect the airbag,
Reconnect the battery.
Reconnect the battery.
Yep.
Then we'll do one final jiggle test at the end to see how strong it is. Alright, so we're in the driveway shop working on the old garbage can workstation here. But we spun it and saw where it's hitting. Made a streak on here. So I'm just going to use a little handsaw. We talked about a Dremel. We talked about the big cutting wheel. I'm just going to cut that part out and then go give it another test. And then cut more if need be. But I think I'm just going to be able to cut the bottom off. I thought I had to cut the side before, but I think we're going to get away with the bottom. So we're just going to do this. Get there. Alright, not my prettiest work, but it'll work. So it was so close, we did notched it, and then the back corner cuts, I went a little further. So yeah, it's just the base. From the front, it still looks the same, other than this, which I don't even care about. We're not going to clean it up. You could if you wanted to. And then we're just going to screw it back on. Alright, so our last two steps are reconnect all the airbag connections. We're going to reconnect our subwoofer that goes under the seat. And then reconnect the battery. And then test to make sure everything still works.
Yep.
So that one's connected.
Yellow first.
Yellow. Like not all twisted cables. I think you're good. So close it. Okay.
Yep.
Get in there. Alright, so we're zip tying the excess cable into place. One other thing we did add for ours is just this little cable protector, since it's going to be spinning around through the hole. So we had that already taped on from before. That's up out of the way. We'll snip those off in a minute. Let's just make sure you can make the full spin still. Are we good down there?
Yep, looks great.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so that's basically the end of the project. We'll put the subwoofer in. You don't need to see that. And then we'll connect the battery and be good to go. Okay, that one's tight. This other ground back to frame just because it was there. I don't know if it's doing anything if we're grounded to the frame in the back too, but
True.
it's the original ground, so not gonna hurt anything. Okay, that's tight. I'm gonna reconnect that guy. In theory, we're good. Make sure we got subwoofer. Move it up over there on the subwoofer.
We got car power, subwoofer lights on.
Alright guys, well that concludes the installation video of the Swivel Shop swivel with fixes by us to make it shorter. Overall, 1.1/8" with the washers in there. Super sturdy. And I'm still getting used to it. Spins quite easily. With any swivel, you're going to have to put the seat forward to be able to spin it around, but spins easily, locks back into place. And yeah, so only 1.1/8" versus the 1.75" we had before, so we saved about 1/2 inch there. Jess is going to jump in to show you her excitement level. Make sure you check the discount below. Get yourself a discount if you're going to get one of these guys. And that's about it. Thank you guys for watching.
See the excitement. I can sit flat-footed now, which is a huge improvement. I used to be kind of like this. Terrible for your posture.
Yeah. Get yourself one.